Hi there everyone, today's reading is going to be your next romantic or sexual or possibly both encounter. You've got 3 piles to choose from, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. So if you want to take your choice and then we'll get going. Okay, let's go pile 1.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Okay, hi there pile number 1. Right, let's get started. I think your next, straight from the very beginning, I think your next encounter is not so much on the romantic plane, but more on the sexual. There's going to be some sort of sexual encounter. It's going to be quite steamy, and I think it's with somebody who you possibly may have known, but the situation has ended between you. I'm going to go through the cards bit by bit to tell you why I'm saying this, or to try and explain why I'm saying this. The person that you may know from before is coming across as the Queen of Pentacles, so for either sex, doesn't really matter, male or female, with Saturn and Sagittarius. And the general spread that I've picked up as I'm dealing the cards, it makes me think of some encounter where the desires are in some way trying to be quelled, that they're trying to suppress the desire that they feel. The Queen of Pentacles speaks to me of somebody with the Saturn card, but then with the Sagittarius card as somebody with a well-rounded sex drive. The Pentacle cards and Saturn, they're earthy cards, so it's somebody who I think is highly sexed in a normal way. But with Sagittarius on top of that, I do think, this to me, if you wait till you see the rest of the cards, makes me think that you know this person and this person has a really strong sex drive and they're not shy at all in coming forward in any way. And I think you know this person already. I'll explain why I think you know them already. Right, you're coming across as the King of Cups. I'll show you the cards. The King of Cups and Mars and the 11th house. So your energy is still makes me think of a sexual encounter, but you've got the King of Cups here, and this King of Cups card makes me think of somebody who's emotionally wise. You've got the third eye here, and the Cup cards are emotions. So I think you, in this situation, or trying to look at it from a mature viewpoint. If you have been with somebody or you know of this person, it's almost as if you're feeling the pull, but you're almost with the 11th house trying to look at the situation from a higher perspective, a more emotionally grounded and emotionally mature perspective. It's a very steamy pile, this one. I actually opened the window after I dealt it and all these flies came out, so I had to sort of shut it again. So I think the person coming towards you is somebody that you know, because behind you you've got the Death card, which is like subconsciously in your mind is an ending, and behind you is an actual situation. You've got the Ten of Swords. So I don't think you can have an ending with something that hasn't started. The situation, Queen of Pentacles twice, so it's like a grounded, mature feeling about the situation. But I do think the Four of Pentacles, that one of you or both of you are holding your emotions close to your chest. This is an emotional card, but to me, in the Rider-Waite, it's always, he's got the pentacle over his heart, as if he's just not releasing or showing anything, or she just isn't releasing or showing anything. And what we've got here is an ending, but with somebody who, and I'm sure this is the other person because it's your sexual encounter or your next encounter. I think that you have somebody in mind who is looking out. You may think it's over, you both may think it's over, but they're still searching you out in many different ways. Whether physically searching you out or just on the internet, or they're asking friends. this person is trying to find out more information about you, what you're doing, what's going on in your life. Okay, so the near future, I think your next encounter is going to be this person re-entering your life and in some way trying to offer you something that he or she thinks you need practically. It could even be like a night out, it could be helping with you something, but in some way the relationship is going to be based when you get together on giving each other something. And I think it's them going to be offering you something, offering for you to go somewhere, to meet somewhere, to help you with something practical that they can actually get their hands on, pun intended here. Right, this is where it gets a bit juicy, because you've got all this behind you, you've got the ending, and to me it feels as if the situation is quite tense, as if the situation has ended and somebody's holding their cards close to their chest and maybe one or both of you are just looking out and waiting. I've dealt extra cards here at the side. And for your person, in this, you're coming across as the Fool to add with your cards over here. So I think, although you're emotionally quite mature and you're trying to deal with it in what you consider to be a proper manner, that you can come out of the situation thinking, I handled that really well, which is very 11th house. There's also that strong sexual desire. You've also got the Fool here. So I think you're actually quite impetuous, and I think that you really want this situation to develop into something else, and you're quite ready for it, ready to jump in. They are coming into this situation trying really hard to be more earthy and control their desires. But this is where I think it gets a bit juicy, because if they've got the Strength card for them down here, which is controlling your desires, trying to suppress your feelings and what you want, and trying to be honestly, like you're trying as well, you're both doing it. You're trying to come across as the King of Cups and sort of suppress your emotions. They're trying to suppress their desires. But these are the extra cards that I dealt for the situation. You've got the Tower. You've got the Tower twice. You've got Devil, and you've got this Three of Cups here where this woman's got no clothes on. I don't know any way to okay, right, there are different scenarios, all of them exactly the same. You ready? I think these are possibilities. You two are going to meet each other, and for some reason you're going to be trying to suppress what you're feeling, although because the situation has ended and maybe there's a bit of pride there, but the sexual tension between you two is going to be quite strong. And what happens between you two is going to be a really upturning of the way that you move forward. I really think, to me, this speaks of sex. You've got the Devil card, sexual attraction. I mean, it is financial as well, but that's not really the way that we're going with this spread. You may work with this person because you've got the Six of Pentacles here, so there could be a work involvement. And then you've got the Tower. The Tower, to me, is either being caught in the toilet on a plane having sex, or it could be just basically the end of I'm trying to put nice words into this, the end of a sexual act. And because this lady's got no clothes on, the only way I can interpret this is some sort of sexual situation. When you meet this person who you may have known before, it's going to turn into a sexual situation. It's going to be quite intense. And I'll tell you as it goes further why I think it's going to be quite intense. I do think this possibly could be a work situation, and then there might be some sort of trying to weave around the whole subject of why it's finished before it becomes a little bit more intimate. Because you've got the situation surrounding the Nine of Swords, and this is somebody, probably both of you, who have been suffering a little bit because of the end of the situation. There could have been lots of nightmares, dreams, conversations, arguments in the past. And you're going to get together. This pull's going to be there. You possibly could meet I don't know, I was going to say indoors. only because of the Tower card there, but the actual encounter, you've got the Lovers again, and this is quite a sexual card as well. You've got the waiting, and I do think that you possibly could be quite nervous waiting, because I think you know what's the situation, what's happened, and I wonder whether with this Four of Pentacles here and this Ten of Swords and Death card here, whether you are overthinking what's going to happen. So I think you could possibly be quite nervous on meeting, and there might be some sort of pretense that you're meeting on on something to do with either helping each other or a work situation, but really you both basically just want to meet each other. And then there will be a sexual encounter, I think, very possibly after some, don't think that will be immediate. I think you will actually start discussing something which you might consider quite negative. You might start discussing why things drifted apart before, but then I do think there will be some sexual encounter. Page of Swords makes me think that you talk first, that there's some conversation going, and with these cards here make me think the conversation could be discussing something which you both consider quite negative. But there's waiting, there's talking, and then I do think it gets a bit steamy. Right. Okay. Okay, right, for more information on your actual encounter, because that's what the whole spread is supposed to be, your next romantic or sexual encounter. I think without doubt there's going to be a sexual encounter. And for the sexuality down here, you've got the Tower again, you've got the Hermit, and you've got the Five of Wands. But this to me, yeah, it makes me feel of a tense situation where there's wanting and waiting, and then it almost explodes. And I think it's almost a bit feisty. I'm trying to pick words here. The actual getting together is going to be quite feisty and not inhibited in any way. I'm just going to say something which is just off the top of my head. You've got the five of Wands down here, which is two women and one man, and up here you've got the Three of Cups. Now I know this is just a selective few of you, but very possibly, if you're this way inclined, there could be more than two people involved in this situation. And I don't mean two people as in like there's somebody behind the surface, this person may have a partner or you may have a partner. I mean in this actual situation. That won't account for anybody. It could also mean that there are lots of people around before this happens. And when it does happen, there's going to be no mistaking that, it's not going to be, oh, what happened last night? It'll be like, oh my God, what happened last night? Right, so to sum up this pile, your next romantic sexual encounter is going to start off with both of you entering into the situation as if you are very mature and very measured and very much in control of yourselves. And to be honest, neither of you really are. You're trying to be emotionally mature and level-headed, but I think that you actually have been wondering in your head when this situation is going to actually get going. You've got the two tens, and the Ten of Swords behind. So as I said earlier, I think the situation has ended. Your person is coming in thinking they're in control of the situation because they're coming across as Queen of Pentacles and Saturn. So that's very earthy, not somebody who gets very nervous. But the Sagittarius is there, so there's almost playboy or playgirl thing going on there too. So although they're very controlled, they're dying to get the situation moving. There's excitement, it's fun, and it's sexual. Right, so here's your situation, controlled, holding back, you've both been looking out for each other. In comes the offer of, can I help you? Can I do this for you? Should we get together? Should we do something very innocent, very controlled, very lovely? You're ready to dive straight in because you've been quite looking forward to this, and you're not holding back. They're trying to hold back still, but their sexual attraction is strong. I do think that behind you there may be feelings of slight annoyance, I'm choosing my word wisely there, that the situation has ended. So you may possibly start on a bit of a tense or an argument or some sort of sniping in some way of something that may have happened in the past. I think you know this person. I think when you get together, there's either going to be more than, it's going to be in a group situation, or there's going to be more than two people involved in the sexual act. I can't even say it any other way, I'm really sorry. That's going to be your choice, because you've got the 3 of Cups there and you've got the 5 of Wands here, lots of people. So I've got to say it. I know it doesn't apply to many, but I'm saying it anyway. The actual situation will be intense. It will be intense because of, you've got the Devil here, it's the attraction, you've got the Tower here. It's almost as if it's something you're not meant to be doing, it's going to happen anyway, and it's going to almost be a big shift in the relationship. And I do think, because you've got this lady here, she's covering herself up, there's 3 people here again. You've got 3 people, one without any clothes on. You've got 3 people here, you've got 5 people down here, which I'm going to show you. And you've got the Tower card and the Devil card. You know, that's a big event, and that to me is sexual. So I know I keep ranting about extra people. Please don't add them in just to make this come true. And the encounter again is watching, waiting, talking, sex, or at least passionate. It's passionate, and if you're wondering what this person's feelings are towards you, at the end of this encounter you will know. I do think the actual getting together is going to make a big impact on you. I think, yeah, because you've got the Tower card again. Okay, the only thing I'm going to say, if somebody wants, if this person that you know, I don't know if it's going to apply to anybody, wants you to do something you don't want to do, then just don't do it and be prepared. And if that's not the case, if that's really totally, just definitely not going to happen, then you will get together and it will be in a group situation, and then I think you two will pull off into some other situation where it will get a bit steamy. Right, I'm going to finish there, pile 1. Good luck with that. I don't quite know what to say on that one. Just good luck. I hope it helps in some way. Hi there, pile number 2. Now this is quite a bizarre pile for me. So this is your next romantic and sexual encounter. You can't have all romance and sex when you cover that. The last pack was really steamy. Now this pack here, or this reading, I'm almost feeling a kind of respect and a need to hold back. And I'm almost getting the feeling that there possibly could be a group situation involved, that you may not be able to show your feelings to each other, or even a family situation, or some children involved, or something that is sweet and lovely, but not appropriate to basically jump on each other. I think your passion is extremely strong. You've got here the Knight of Swords. This one speaks to me of somebody who is, I'm going to say stalking, but in the best possible sense. They're ready and they want to make contact. You've got this King of Swords here, is this snake, can you see it? And it's reared and it's ready to move. It's almost as if it's waited and now it's standing up and it's puffing out and it's ready to move. You've got the Scorpio card here too. That also makes me think that you may be somebody who is quite internally intense, and once you've made a decision, you've made a decision, that's what you want. And throwing this together with the Eris card here, Eris, I know different asteroids have different sort of, same as any planet, or not that it's a planet, different meanings. To me, it always makes me think of somebody who throws something into a situation and watches it explode. It's almost as if tired of waiting, thinking in a sexual and intense manner, and then really ready to strike. Your person is coming across as somebody beautiful, soft and protective. And this is what made me think, because you've got the Empress card here, this person has feelings for you, but I wonder whether they're trying to protect either themselves or, excuse me, that wasn't me, it was my phone, trying to protect themselves or somebody else in the situation, because you've got a lot of children here as well. So I don't know whether your person has children, could be. To me, these cards just somebody who's soft-hearted, and with the Six of Swords here, this bird's got the eggs in the little nest and is flying away from the swords across the turbulent sea. So either it's somebody who's very protective of themselves or somebody else, or they're in a situation which is they're moving from one situation which they may find quite hard and just trying to almost heal themselves or get to a situation where they actually feel more even. And I think they're actually quite sensitive. There's an air of attractiveness about these cards together, and it's almost as in, I mean, I find this really sexy, but then I'm a bit sappy. There's an air of beauty and kindness with your person, and protectiveness. Okay, right. The last pile, I thought that the people who were looking at the last pile may know them already. With this pile, I'm not sure. You've got the Hermit card, so I think, and the Eight of Cups. The Hermit card is somebody who's working hard on themselves. It's somebody who recognises how to improve themselves and actually working towards it. That's how I feel. It's somebody who meditates. It's somebody who's aware of what's going on and how they want to improve themselves. Then you've got the Eight of Cups crossing this. The Eight of Cups to me with this card is an emotional feeling of moving away. So this could be your person. They could have been married. They could have been in a relationship, and now they feel, and it might be quite painful for them, they need to move on. So you could catch this person as they're moving from one relationship. Behind, subconsciously and behind you, you've got the Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands. So I wonder whether this makes me feel, by talking about these here, that this person that you meet is ready to have a good time. That you might actually meet them out with lots of other people. To me, the Knight of Wands with the Five of Wands talks of something that's quite feisty and fun, and something that this person is putting a lot of effort into. If you know what I mean. It's somebody who's, Knight of Wands is somebody who likes excitement, likes things to move, likes things to be dramatic, likes life to be big, and likes everything to be fun. And the Five of Wands to me speaks of something that you're actually out. There's a situation where it's I was going to say contentious, but I don't actually get the feeling with this card here. You could be having an argument. You could be having some debate. Sorry, camera clicks off every now and then. With these cards here for your person, making me feel that it's somebody gentle and soft who is almost moving from one situation to the other and needs healing. And these cards behind me here, which don't fit in with this person. Then you've got Justice and the Three of Pentacles. I think that your person is soft and gentle and moving from a situation that they couldn't handle, and they've actually almost been pulled out on a night out. And when you meet them, you're going to be possibly be struck by the way that they don't fit into their environment. They're calm and they're cool, and they are just basically smoothed out in a situation which could be quite loud, lots of people around, lots of talking. upstairs. I don't know if you can hear her. I think that's my sister pummeling somebody. What are you doing? The Three of Pentacles. I'm getting the feeling that I just get the general feeling that you are out somewhere in public and there's three people together. There's three of you talking, and then there's like a lot of other people around you. There's firing off, there's conversation, there's music, there's something that's quite bustling, but this person is not bustling. Your person, when you meet them, will be just calm. Just not really joining in, not dancing on the tables, not that type of feeling. It might not be a nightclub, it could be anything, it could be a work situation. But I think there's going to be lots of people around, and then maybe three of you just talking, this person gets introduced to you in some way. You may know them already, but they end up being in your group. Right, as soon as you see them with these cards here, you've got the Knight of Swords, you've got Scorpio, and you've got Aries, it's going to hit you like a bomb. You're going to really be immediately attracted to this person. If you know them already, it's going to be reignited. Now this person, you're thinking sexually, this person is still feeling with their emotions, but we all feel with emotions, but that's strong in this person. I think the person that you meet is ruled by their emotions quite a lot. You seem to be, Scorpio's emotional, Knight of Swords isn't, but I do think you have an inner depth to you. But I think with this person, the depth might be just chucked out the window and there will be a sexual pull. So you got the Ace of Cups from them. And what's going to happen, hopes and fears, lots of people around you, but I think that your meeting is going to make a huge impact on you. It's going to make an impact on them as well because they've got the Ace of Cups, but I think it's going to be like a gentle awakening of emotions and connection. Yours is just sexual. I wonder if you're going to struggle with the attraction to begin with. It's like a nice conversation, people chatting, a few people involved, but it's almost as if the rug's pulled from under your feet. It's like boom. Right, and the end result is this person's going to be quite cool with you. They're going to be almost a little bit polite and nice. They're feeling it, but they're not going to be too over the top about the whole situation. You're going to leave the situation. I haven't to these yet, so don't take my word for this. You're going to leave the situation thinking, crikey, crikey bobs, who was that? And that'll be it. But let me go a little bit further. Right. I can't shake off the feeling that there's children involved here. If it's not that, if there aren't children involved, the actual meeting place could have children. It could be like a school. It could be there could be children involved in this. I don't know. Sorry, I'm slightly sidetracked. My sister is spraying flies outside at this very moment and jumping on boxes. So the situation, you've got the Empress, you've got the Queen of Wands, you've got the Four of Pentacles. So this speaks to me. Four of Pentacles is I always feel a structure. No, I'm not thinking Four of Wands. Okay. Hold on a minute, I'm going to have to put some more cards on that. It's not clear to me. Situation where you meet each other. I'm picking up your Queen of Wands, you've got the Empress, so it's something feminine. There's probably lots of women there, like a women's group, like a women's night out. The Four of Pentacles makes me think of trying to save money in some way. I don't know, it's not clear. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's something to do with children. let me leave that, because it's like a new beginning to do with children. There's women involved. There's like some as if they're trying to save money in some way. So it's almost like a garden party, that sort of feeling, or a barbecue where you can't go out because you're perhaps restrictions or something. It's something different, and you come together in that way. I'm going to leave that because that's confusing to me, but I'm going to go on to the next one and perhaps come back. You actually encounter as well is, and like the power behind it, it's children. Children, mature, controlled, but strong feelings. So I think you're going to be in a situation where there's going to be a lot of people, and I'm thinking like barbecue, garden party, something that's quite normal, conventional. There's kids there, so maybe not disco dancing or raving or that sort of thing. And you're going to meet, it's going to be like a few people. This person's going to be introduced. It's going to be very balanced, very controlled, very above the surface. Your person's in a situation where they're moving from one situation to a situation that they feel easier with in life in general. You're going to meet them and be basically thrown out the water. They're going to feel an emotional connection with you, but they're going to go off and think about it. It's not going to be a sexual encounter. It's just going to be a recognition of attraction. Because even your sexual cards that I've got at the bottom that I've hidden, squirrel down here, they're basically people on their own. God knows what's happening in that last one, but it's suppression of attraction. It's basically not the right time to show what you're feeling. You're feeling it, they're feeling it in a gentle way, because I think they're almost healing in some way. I don't think this part, unlike the part before, is sexual. It's just a connection, and a real proper connection of emotional. I'm going to say emotions on their part. It's sexual on your part. But I think the situation where you meet is going to be lots of people involved, possibly kids and families. There's going to be a recognition, there's going to be attraction. That's basically, that's all I can say. This is a really nice pile, but I do think that you're catching this person, male or female, on a process of getting away from something that's scarred them in some way. I'm not saying deep scars, but just basically healing. This person's going to think about the relationship, so don't expect too much to start off with, because they feel it, but they're just going to go through the processes. They feel it. You've got the Ace of Cups for them here, and these up here, a really gentle, soft person, somebody kind and giving. And I think Venus is really attractive. Right, I'm going to end it there. Pile number 2. So good luck with your person. Don't expect a huge sexual rampant encounter. Expect recognition of somebody that you find really attractive, and it's reciprocated. And it would be, I think, a communal get-together in some way. And I do think it's not going to be, as I started off saying, wild disco dancing. It's going to be something there's lots of people, but I think kids involved. Unless your person has children. It's still going to be busy, but with this card here and these children cards coming up here and here, I wonder, your person that you meet possibly could have children. Right, I'm going to stop there, pile number 2. I hope that helps in some way. Thank you for watching. Bye. Okay, hi there, pile number 3. Right, I've just put your cards out, and I'm just going to tell you what I felt like when I was putting the cards out. And I got a general feeling that there's a slight sneakiness in this pile, a slight trying to do something that you want you or the other person almost knows is not totally correct, but almost feels like the pull is strong and they're going to do it anyway. I'll explain why as I go along. To start off with, your person is coming across as Neptune. Neptune to me speaks of like daydreams, fantasies, art, creativity. It's when everything's is alcohol. It's when everything's really slippery and it's like a fish that you can't grab hold of. Nothing is straight, nothing is direct. It's a situation where you don't really know where you'll stand. Your person is also coming across as Palace. To me, this is totally different. I know that I feel differently from other people, but Palace to me, from my experience, is dreams. It's when you see patterns in things. It's when you are working below the surface. It's when you feel situations and you dream about them before they happen. And you've got caution here. So I think this person, this is all I can say. I can only read the cards. I don't know if this resonates whatsoever, but there's a feeling of being on slippery, shaky ground. Caution is somebody, or it may not be somebody, it may just be a little ratty mouse or something like that. It's when they know, they dreamt, they feel it, they know it's wrong, but the pull is still there and they're going to do it anyway. It's the only way I can interpret those cards. You're coming across as Aries and Lilith. So to me, these cards make me think of independence and power and feistiness and sexuality. But you're also coming up with the Six of Cups here, which don't go together. So I think there's mixed emotions in you. There's attraction, there's feistiness, there's I'm going to do what I want and get what I want. But there's also you're almost flipping over to either feeling a real strong emotional... Excuse me. Sorry about that. A real strong emotional connection, or somebody from your past. I don't know. I'm going to go on. This is what I'm just going to put those there, but all I pick up from those is feistiness, sexuality, Six of Cups. I don't know yet, to be honest. Six of Cups, either this is somebody from your past. There's some nostalgia there. Or it's a friend. Or this is a friend that you know. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I don't know, to be honest. I'm going to read through and then pick up and see if anything comes to me. Right, so you're in this... The reason I keep saying, like, seed encounters here is you've got the Seven of Swords. You've got the Seven of Swords twice in this pack, if not 3 times. Twice. And this is somebody who's sneaking around. So the only way I can say... I always feel really bad when I'm interpreting cards and they're like a little bit sneaky or something, but I can't say anything different, and I'm not so good at lying as I get older. Seven of Swords, somebody sneaking away, trying to get away with something. The only positive spin I can put on this is you've both found a different tact, or this person's found a different tact on how to get close to you. But with the Caution card and the Neptune card, it's all slippery. So to me, if I'm thinking of different tact, I would... okay. Another possibility could be if this is them, and you know this person, and they have to do something quite underhand to get to you, or if it's you, because you've got Aries here, you could possibly, in your mind, have found a different way to get close to this person. So it could be either, possibly that one, because you actually, there's happiness and there's almost like a joy crossing this. Let me keep going. I need to wade through these cards and find out. Subconsciously, there's a feeling of almost as if you may possibly have tried to get together in the past and it's not worked out, and one of you feels as if they've been rebuffed and there's an end to a situation. You've got the Five of Swords, which is a subconsciously what you're pulling from behind, and it's this feeling of somebody almost in a bit of upset or turmoil with somebody else thinking that they've won in the situation. So one of you could know that they found the other attractive, but one of you is left wondering whether it's reciprocated, or there's been a get together and one's feeling quite chuffed with it, the other one's wanting more and not feeling fulfilled. But I think there's an ending to this situation. You might know this person already, because there's a feeling of dissatisfaction and ending. Now, this is where this all changes, because the dissatisfaction turns into almost a festival atmosphere, because you've got the Sun then, and then you've got the Queen of Wands. So this to me is openness, it's truth, it's knowing how it's finding out how, if this person finds you attractive and actually it being good news and there's like a celebration, and then you're just looking out for this person again. So this isn't at the moment explaining your next romantic encounter, but I am getting there. I'm just trying to find out what's coming together. Right. I think, this is what I'm picking up, I think that your person's not quite at ease with being straight. I don't think they've got the Aries qualities and the directness that you may have, and I think you've been wondering whether this particular person finds you attractive. There's been a lot of slippery going on, as in hiding feelings. You're hiding your feelings. You've got the High Priestess here. He or she has got the Four of Pentacles. So there's hiding, there's controlling, and there's basically keeping things close to your chest. You, I'm sure this is you, there could have been some sort of rebuff, or perhaps you felt this person wasn't attracted to you, and then either something's said, something's passed to you where you actually think, actually this person really likes me. Because there's a celebration, there's like your ego's boosted, and then you're looking out again. I think there's somebody who you have your eye on and you're wondering whether they like you back. This person's being quiet and playing their cards close to their chest and being really taking baby steps. In fact, may not be taking any steps, but you may just find out that they're attracted to you. You're being very secretive yourself. The situation's not moving. You've got the Four of Swords in the hopes and fears. You've got the Ten of Swords behind you. You think the situation's ended and you're both lying low at the moment. You've got your eyes on stalks. They're looking out to see what's happening next. This man, this woman is playing their cards extremely close to their chest. Now I think even when you get together, I don't think, hold on, let me not talk about this yet. Let me go into the actual situation a bit more. Okay, I'll just tell you what I'm picking up. This is the actual area or the situation. Yeah, I can't even look at this card because all I can see is the Seven of Swords. So this to me, because I know you've got it here, is just giving me the same feeling of meeting somewhere, because your Seven of Swords is down here as well, and this picture's probably clearer, but this is what you've got twice. The Seven of Swords, actually that picture doesn't really tell you much. I hope you're not going to meet pouring milk. But anyway, it speaks to me of somebody that is moving around below the surface, not being totally honest. And I don't think that dishonesty would affect you as much as with somebody else. We don't know if they're with somebody else, because you've got Neptune, you've got the Seven of Swords twice, you've got caution. I think the person that you're going to meet may possibly not be able to meet you, or it may not be morally correct to meet you, because this person's scared of moving forward with you, and I think it could possibly leave you just wanting and waiting, as if, because your end card here is the Four of Cups. Okay, let me keep going. So situation that you meet. I think you're possibly going to meet inside somewhere in a building, and there's going to be, I think, a lot of younger people there. It could be college, it could be university, could be just a general situation, whether it's family, because it's the Ten of Cups. There could be just let me put some more on that. Four of Wands makes me think of a stable structure. It makes me think of a celebration, so it could possibly celebrating something that you've basically worked towards, like going out to celebrate an exam, or like passing a driving test, or it could be just a structure. You've got family involved here as well. Ten of Cups makes me think of family, and there's lots of children on the picture, so don't know, let me just see. Yeah, I think it's going to be when you actually, this meeting is going to be some sort of celebration because you've got, as I said earlier, you've got this card here, the Four of Wands, which is either a building, and then I've got the general feeling, the Four of Wands is like when you gather the harvest and you've got it all together and basically you all get drunk on cider. And then these cards here I've got to go over the top, is the Six of Wands, which is victory, and then you've got Judgment, which is the end of one situation, and then it's like the rebirth of another. So it almost, I think you're going to meet, it could be like a birthday party, it could be anything that's basically the timing is right to celebrate, or something's built up and it's celebration. You've passed the test, you've done this, it's celebration. I think that's where you're both going to meet. But I keep thinking that your person, because they've got the Neptune here and these like Seven of Swords cards keep coming up. I wonder whether your person's in a relationship already. You just find them very attractive. There's some sort of connection there. They may remind you of somebody from your past. And then the encounter is strength. Trying to control their attraction, trying to control their desire for you, trying to keep it under wraps because they feel as if it's not the correct thing to do. You're the High Priestess twice, so the High Priestess is secretive. It's trying to read signs without being too direct, without being too obvious. You know, there's a lot of holding back in this next encounter. And the Nine of Wands is, I don't think after this person leaves that you're going to feel satisfied. You're going to feel the attraction, they're going to feel the attraction, but I don't think there's going to be movement there. So even in the sexual cards at the bottom, you've got the man being quite dominant, but almost as if there's not really a get together here. There's a lot of attraction, and this person's got there's a dominance here. There's like trying to control their desire and control their emotions, but almost as if there's no sexual contact. Well, there is actually. Yeah, that's quite sexual. But to me, I don't feel it. I feel that the attraction is there. There may be a little bit of, flirting, as in passing each other very close, but not sex, not like a real proper sort of I can't think of the word, fill in the blank there. Okay, I'm going to sum this up. So pile number 3, this person, you may know them already, is coming into your life, and they are in a situation where they're not sure where they want to go, and they're scared of moving forward in relationships for some reason. Either they've been in one and they don't want another one quite yet, or they've got somebody already. You're coming across as somebody quite direct, but also very kind and loving and nostalgic. You're quite a homely person, but there's a real strength of character in you with Lilith and Aries, and there's sexuality and there's directness. So you're a force to be reckoned with. This person, you can't grasp them. This person comes into your life, and you may have known them already. If you have known them already, I think there is the possibility that one of you has been rebuffed, that you have put your feelers out and had to pull back. And then there's a feeling or some sort of knowledge that you gather that this person does find you very attractive. So there's a celebration, you're watching and waiting, and then there's like still secrecy. Everybody's holding their cards to their chest. Nobody wants to really show their white underbelly. They don't want to show that they feel vulnerable. And it's not really moving as fast as you want. And even at the end of the situation, there's a slight dissatisfaction there, as if you want more. You possibly could get together in some sort of celebration, some sort of get together where it's like celebrating the passing of time or an exam, something like that. And then there's still going to be that secrecy. You've got the High Priestess twice, you've got strength, suppressed desires, you've got the Nine of Wands. I don't think by the end of this is, I'm sorry for the grumpy news here, but at the end of it, you're almost going to feel as if because your desires are strong, your need to move forward is strong, you're still going to feel blocked. This person's possibly going to walk out of the situation, not in a negative way, but in a way that they just, you still find them attractive, but you can't move forward with them. There's flirting, there's attraction, they feel it, you feel it, but then there's like this, you separate again, and you're just trying to grab them back, trying to get things going again. Because you've got the six of cups here, and this person's walking off, and it's as if this person's more dominant in the situation than you are, and you've got the Six of Cups, which is almost like trying to hold on to the past and get the situation back again, and then you're coming across with the Four of Cups, dissatisfaction, and then the Nine of Wands, which this card